friends, and welcome back to my channel. This video is quite exciting because me and my friend Veronica are starting a very special project. What me and my friend Veronica decided is that we are going to watch all of the Disney movies, and I mean all of them, with a few exceptions. It's something that we have talked about doing before, but what made us commit to this is that she recently got Disney Plus. So we were like, well, this is just the perfect opportunity to start this thing. Now, we're not new to the concept of movie watching and marathoning movies. We have previously marathoned the Twilight Saga, High School Musical, and Pirates of the Caribbean. And we have also done drinking games to movies such as Ella the Enchanted, Mean Girls, and once again Pirates of the Caribbean. But this is on an entirely different level. What makes this marathon quite complex is that Disney has a lot of movies, and they have movies produced by different production companies. And we kinda had to figure out, okay, what movies should count towards our marathon. Because movies produced by Disney goes beyond the classics, okay? We're looking at Walt Disney Pictures as a whole. Basically, there's 7 different categories. First, we have the Disney classics. These are the ones that you usually tend to think about when you think about Disney movies. We have Snow White, Hercules, Little Mermaid. These classics are produced by Walt Disney Feature Animation. We then have the new recordings, the reboots. That's another category, and these types of reboots have just gotten more and more popular with the last few years, I feel like. Following that, we have Disney Toon Studios. This is the studio that has not only brought us all of the, or most at least, of the TV shows that aired on Disney Channel, but they have also produced all of the sequels to our beloved classics. Because some of these classics do have sequels and prequels, for that matter, and these are produced by Disney Toon Studios. The next category of Disney productions are movies produced by Disney Television Animation. I believe that these are the movies that only aired on TV or that was released on VHS and DVD straight away. These movies we won't really care about that much because it's just too many, and also none of us have an interest in watching like 10 or 12 different movies about Donald Duck, although we will watch some of the movies. For example, Recess or the Kim Possible movies. So it's kind of like we're picking our favorites from different categories. So far we have the classics, we have the new recordings, and we have the sequels, prequels. All of those we do plan on watching. But when it comes to Disney Television Animation production, we won't watch all of them. And then we have our beloved Pixar. Now, Disney started collaborating with Pixar during the 1990s. So many movies were produced by Pixar, but then released as Disney movies. Nowadays though, Disney actually owns Pixar, and those movies are considered as Disney Pixar classics. And yes, we will watch all of the Pixar movies as well. Next category is stop motion movies, and there's actually only 2 stop motion movies produced by Disney. It's Jack and the Giant Peach, I believe it's called, and also The Nightmare Before Christmas. Final category of movies that we have considered is live action movies with animated elements to them. So this means, for example, Mary Poppins. This is another category that we won't really care about that much, but there still are a few movies like Mary Poppins that we will watch. I know, we're definitely making this so much more advanced than we need to. If we wanted to do it easy and simple, we would have just done all of the classics and that could be it. In total, this will bring us to 137 movies. That's quite many. Honestly, if you're going to do something, you should do it properly, and that means that you need to watch Cinderella 2 and 3 for it to count as well if you're doing a Disney marathon. So how are we going to approach this? Well, we did create a spreadsheet with all of the 137 movies that we plan on watching, and we're planning to watch them in chronological order, which means that we will start with Snow White, which was released in 1939, I believe, or 1937. And we will then continue with Pinocchio, which was released after that, and then all the way down to the movies released 2020 or I guess later. And how we're doing it with prequels and sequels is that, for example, with Cinderella, once we have watched Cinderella, we plan on watching Cinderella 2 and Cinderella 3 and then continue with the chronological order. And that is just to keep the story fresh in our mind. Also, this means that all of the Pixar movies are in that chronological order as well. The stop motion movies, all of it. It's kind of a mix. It does look a bit hectic, but of course we need to rate the movies as well. We need to come up with a ranking. What we did was that we decided on a bunch of different parameters that we will use for rating the movie. So each parameter can be rated from 1 to 5, where 5 is the highest. And from these parameters, from these categories that we have made, we will just calculate the average, and that will be the total points for that movie, and we will, by the end of this, get quite a nice rating. And some of the categories that we will rate the movie on are things such as music, animation, characters, if we want a sequel, the morale of the story, iconic dress, I get the villains, and if we're watching a sequel or prequel, we will have specific categories for those as well, such as was this really necessary? Was this a good idea? Did it add something to the story? It's quite a lot. Of course, I will also vlog this experience. So, 137 Disney movies. Me and Veronica watching these movies. This will probably take us 2, 3, maybe even 4 years, depending on what will happen in our life. Because there's really two options here. Either we watch all of the Disney movies, or we get a life. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Goodbye!